Good morning, anyone, everyone, and no one, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock. And that's last episode we ended with the wandering trader over there. Today we begin with a wandering trader up there. Good job, guys. Good job, guys. What's going on, bud? How you doing? What you trading? You trading anything interesting today? Just your classic trades. Just your classic trades, right? Well, today, first things first. Well, I guess we should go previously. Previously, we did this. We finished the kelp farm. We got the sugarcane farm in. And today, at the end of the last episode, I found a problem with this thing. And can you spot the problem? Can anybody out there spot the problem? We do have a problem with this thing. We've got a little bit of storage build up here on the side because of the hitbox changes to hoppers. Yeah, we've definitely got a few problems with this thing that we've got to fix. And if we actually take a look here, yeah, that's a lot of kelp. That's a lot of kelp. And as a matter of fact, let's go down here and check where we are on the kelp farm at this moment in time, because once again, yep, you can see Mr. Floating Diamond there. The AFK account is there. So let's do our daily check here. Okay, so we're up to the 4th chest on this. Let's go over here and check the sugarcane while we're standing right here. See where we're at on this. This sugarcane is not a very fast farm, and as I said in the last video, this thing is not lossless. So it's a bit on the slow side. But yes, let's continue our checks. Let's run over here now and let's check this out. Ooh. That is completely backed up. And oh yeah, it's burning kelp at this moment in time. Both of these are burning kelp at this time. Because, yep, all these are out of fuel. Right, okay, so not first things first, let's fix that. First things first is let's refuel the host system here. And from just this side alone, over here, that's a lot. We haven't even got enough fuel in the system yet to do a AFK session that would completely fill this. This. Have I said this is crazy? Have I mentioned that this thing is crazy? And of course, we've got issues with stuff being lost up there as it is right now. Right. Let's see here. How many of those do we got? All right. Let me do some math. Divide this up equally between all those. Get that side done, and then we'll continue on. That part is now done and finished. Ended up putting, I think it was right on 18 stacks per one up there. Per double chest, anyways. One double chest feeds into 2 of them. And it's all now going again. It's all now going again. Well, next we need to address the issue in here, because we are just wasting kelp. Plus, on top of that, we're leaving quite a few entities sitting up there just waiting to despawn. So let's gather up some materials and let's see if we can get this thing fixed. Once again, just gonna need a ton more hoppers. What's gonna make this fun, to be fair, is the fact that we're gonna have to do this. While the farm is currently running. Why did I just craft up all that wood to make more hoppers when I done got a ton of chests in here? That makes no sense. That right there makes, oh goodness gracious, it makes no sense whatsoever. Right, hoppers. Okay, so throw the hoppers in here, throw the chest in here. it's always something, isn't it? It's just always a disaster of some sorts. Oh, look at this, where Foxy and I built a raid farm. Look at this, started getting Ravager heads out of this. I absolutely love the way these look with the horns on them and everything. I think that's something we need to get to here soon too. We need to get a display room of some kind set up where we can display all the mobs heads that we got. Like got a stray one the other day. The bunny ones, you probably don't want to know about the bunny ones. I mean, if you do, then make sure to check out the streams. because then you also get to see where we get all the rabbit feet from and why we get the rabbit feet. And we still got to get a room set up for all the display items. On streams, people have the ability to redeem and name an item that goes up on display. We did this last season in the Witch Hut. We did this on Slackville, and it's something that I enjoy doing. Most of these, I can look at those and remember exactly what they're related to, what was happening. They're just fun memories. And I'm thinking maybe we're going to take this area up here and turn it into our display room. Because before it's all said and done, we're going to have a lot of these, I feel. We're going to have a lot of these. So that's potentially something else we need to get to as well. Right, let's throw this back in here because we're not going to need this. Let's throw the ice back in there. Redstone over here. You know, this is one of those things too I never thought I would do a lot of. Manual sorting. Typically, I wouldn't say quick to go to an auto sorter, but it's one of those things that I do go to. Like over here, we got this one for bulk storage over here, you know, that just collects all of our main materials. But I don't know, the hopper speed and everything for Bedrock with sorters, I'm actually finding it easier just to manual store all of this. But we're not getting our objective at hand done. Right. Building blocks, hoppers, we're going to need slabs too because we're going to have to fix the water. So let's just grab a few of these. Actually, we're going to need, oh, goodness gracious, we're going to need what, at least 4 stacks per section to fix it. Right, we're going to need a lot of these. Was that another wandering trader? Hold on. Was that? Good talk, game. Good talk. Good talk. Can I fly, please? Thank you. Right, so I think I know how I want to fix this. What we need to do, ideally, is we need to move the hopper row back to right here. Because the water should overflow this and go into a hopper row if we have the hopper row here. So if we just, what's behind here? Can we peek? Okay. Alright, so if we knock this out this way, and then in return, grab hoppers, place hoppers going in there. Because we do not want to flood the redstone down here, and as a matter of fact, we do not even want to have the potential for it to go down and do any other things. Go ahead and fill this in all the way across here. Phew, that made it really dark really quick. Alright, let's add some torches in here. Now, we need to continue knocking every bit of this back until we get to the point where the hopper lines go different directions, which should be right there. Okay. So we need to take and continue all these all the way over to that border, which is right there. And then from here, this is not going to work easily. And then from here, do I go ahead and rip that out? Oh, it's the order of which we're going to have to do this. Because we need to get the water going back over this. And yes, this is where our inventory is going to start to fill up with kelp. Now I'm on a clock. Now I'm officially on a clock. I've got to get this done relatively quick. Because we're going to start having kelp backups. Yeah, see, look. I'm going to have to fill the whole thing back in, aren't I? I'm going to have to slab every bit of this again to fix this. Really? You can't give me an easy way to fix this without having to slab every ounce of this again. Every bit of this again. Really? Every bit? Alright, so if we do just a little bit more there and then we do that. This is not how I was hoping this would go. If we finally got to the point. If we got to the point where we can fix things. Let's see here. If we... no! It's going to kill my water sources there. Yeah, I see you, Beardstone. I got issues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, we're gonna have to cover all of this. Now, if I break, no, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. That's all because we're not there yet. Good job, Slack. Good job. Good job. Now we got redstone all over the floor. Even better. Will this work? I don't know. Let's break all this. Okay, so we got water going all the way over to both rows of hoppers, which is fine. Let's now eradicate this row of hoppers. Alright, now if we do this, this should solve our problem, right? I don't see no reason why this will not solve our problem. Now we should get no kelp loss at all. All of it should come up, go over, and end up in the water streams. Should be no way we're going to have any mess ups with that now. So, while we're at it, and we're already backing up everything, let's just go ahead and put this side in too. Okay, there's all the bottom part. Now if we just start doing all this, please walk all the water over into the appropriate area without causing me serious pain and injury. That would be very, very, very nice. And now at this point, it's time to flood the whole area once again with more blocks. Let's take and knock all of these out. That's a lot of kelp coming up. That's a lot of kelp coming up. Well, this thing will officially become lossless now. I can't see no reason why it's going to mess up now. Okay, that's all cleared out of there. Oh, really? Really? If it ain't one thing, it's... Oh, look at this. No, look at this. Why? Why? Why are you just sitting here? Because we didn't waterlog those slabs. We didn't water... God! I even told myself make sure I waterlog the slabs. Good talk. Good talk. Nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Everything's fine, everybody. There's no problems whatsoever here. This was all done right and perfectly fine the first time. Right? You all believe me, right? You all wouldn't doubt me. Yeah, doubt me too. Just say. Everything now has been taken care of. Everything has now been taken care of. We've got the system cleaned out underneath. We've got everything more or less cleared out and fixed water-wise. But we may have a problem. We may genuinely have a problem. I'm not sure. Please don't mess that up. Okay, good. Give me that back. Thank you very much. I don't know. I don't know. I need to purge the system. I need to purge the system to see if we have a genuine problem or not. I'm not sure if the hopper lines can keep up. I know it doesn't seem like much of a change there, but it is. It is, and I don't know if it can keep up now. It's going up. It can't keep up with it. We're just barely producing more than it can keep up with. But that's going to be a problem in the long run. That's going to be a problem in the long run. Because eventually... Yeah, if this doesn't clear... You know what? Let's just sit here and watch this for a little bit. Let's sit here and watch this for a little bit and let's see if... No, it just went up again. It's not going to clear. No, it's not going to clear. Oh, this is going to make me sick. By fixing one problem, we've created another. By fixing one, we've created another. Well, been sitting here now. Been sitting here for just about an hour now, just contemplating over this thing. And I don't know what I'm going to do about it, to be fair, at this point in time. Because, yeah, if we look here, it just can't keep up. It's completely starting to backlog. And there's no solution that I can come up with for a quick fix to this thing. The only one that I can come up with for a quick fix for this thing is literally just take out kelp. I don't know how many rows of kelp I would have to take off. And honestly, I find that really annoying. That may be something that I'm going to have to do. The only other option that I can come up with is we've got this at this point in time. with 2 chunks leading to the furnace array down there on each side. We may have to do these all at 1 chunk apiece. That may be what we have to do. I don't know if the system is going to completely back up. At this point, I think it's fair to say that it's going to, considering what's going on over there. But we're going to let it run for right now. We're going to let it run. I've got the AFK account on here still. And what I think I'm going to do while it's running is I'm going to run over to spawn and see if I can find some bamboo. And we'll build up a small bamboo farm exactly beside this. I really don't want to have to tear part of the working farm out of the farm that I just built. But right now my brain cannot process another way to fix this, aside from 1 chunk, 1 hopper line. That may be the way to go. That may be the way to go. So let's sit and stew on that and debate on that for a minute, and let's get a bamboo farm in right here just to match that right there. And with just like no time whatsoever, we now have a working bamboo farm in. Now, of course, in the back here, I've just got the sugarcane and bamboo both pumping out into the same double chest at this moment. Eventually, we'll do an item elevator. We'll bring collection around, potentially over here to this side over here by the mob farm. But speaking of the mob farm too, we may have to do some adjustments on it here soon. Namely for the fact that zombies being in cave spawns are starting to become a minor issue. It's not the end of the world, but baby zombies. Jumping on the back of other zombies and then falling off and running around down here. Not entirely sure what we're going to do to solve that problem, but that is not the problem at hand right now. The problem at hand right now is it's been 2 hours since the server restarted. 2 hours, and while I was building it, I was like, hey, maybe, just maybe, you could set through a 6-hour AFK session and not have to worry about this if it backlogs, because you're not going to get too many items built up here. If at this point in time we were to set through a full 6-hour AFK session because the server restarts every 6 hours, we would run into an issue. We've been sitting here for 2 hours now, and this side here is already backed up to the 15th hopper. And this is 2 hours. Another 2 hours, it's going to be completely backed up. 2 hours after that, yeah, we're going into server restart, but it won't make it. It won't make it. There'll be too many items sitting here. And if we actually look at this side, we're already past the 16th, 17th, and we've moved into the 18th. I don't think we have any choice in the matter but to either A, remove kelp, or B, break this off 1 chunk. 1 chunk leads to, say, 8 furnaces. Another chunk leads to an additional 8, and see if that can handle the bleed off. And as a matter of fact, I think that is the way we're potentially going to try to handle this. My only concern with that, as long as these are full of fuel, you're not going to run into any issue. But I mean, when they start running out of fuel, and we're doing good, we've got a pretty good reserve in every one of these, but once they start running out of fuel, we're going to run back into the same problem. We're going to run back into the same problem in the sense that we're going to have all of that eventually bottlenecking. See, what we'll do is we'll come down an additional 8 hoppers here, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and we'll feed another hopper line down into this, so that way it can bleed off into these furnaces by themselves. I don't know if that will actually solve the problem, to be fair. Technically, we're going to be moving some of it into furnaces that are not going. We're going to ease the burden off of the main hopper line up there. But what is going to happen in an extended AFK session? Do we have enough fuel to make it through a full 6 hours or not? And if we run out, are we going to experience a backup here at the burnificator? Possibly. Possibly, but we won't know until we can test it. I mean, we can always add in a secondary one as well to really work as a release valve if the whole system overloads. So yeah, let's do that. Let's add in an additional hopper line coming off at each individual chunk, feed it down here, and see if that will prevent the backlog up there. Let's hope it does. Well, the secondary hopper line is now in place here, and honestly, I'm not sure if that's going to work. If we look here, we're still getting a little bit of a bottleneck. Even though it looks like it's draining off, It's hard to tell at this point because the 8th smoker on the first chunk is still staying backlogged. And of course, we've got every one of these now running, and if we take a look here, this one is starting to backlog as well. Now, that could be due to the fact that, you know, it was backed up some 16 hoppers up here. It does appear to be bleeding off if we come up here and check. Yeah, as you can see, we're now down to, I don't know, less. I don't know, though. I don't know. There's a lot of backlog in here. There's a lot of backlog in here since we fixed it. Hopefully it will correct itself. Hopefully. We're just going to have to give it time. So let's go ahead and get the other one in on this side. And don't ask about that. Don't ask about that random bump in the water. We did not have another incident with the water like we did earlier. I'm just saying, I don't want to talk about it. Just let it go. Let it go. Pretend it didn't happen. Okay? So yes, let's get this one split off as well, which is now backed up to, oh dear God. Right, let's just get this in. And finally, we've finally gotten safe here. It's taken quite a bit of trial and error to get everything situated out. But as you can see, we no longer have kelp floating along the edges right there. We no longer have backlogs in the system. What little bit there is there will clear out, as you can see just right there. It's finally able to keep up with what's going on here. And I've emptied the system, goodness gracious, at least another 2, if not 3 times since the last clip was recorded here. And as you can see here, we are now starting to get a surplus of kelp blocks actually built up. This thing actually works great now. I think we still may have to, in the long run, set up a secondary burner on each of these, because if the system does completely run out of fuel, then yeah, then potentially we'll have a problem. But as far as fuel goes, yeah, you can see, not an issue no more. Not an issue no more. And then after getting all that squared away and situated out, I came over here and we've put in some storage for the bamboo and sugarcane now. It literally just pipes out the back here. Excuse me, Mr. Llama, while I come back here. It pipes out the back, comes into an auto dropper, into an elevator, and then just filters the 2 of them out. Now, I did add a burnificator up there just in case these completely backlog. And as you can see here, yeah, it probably won't take long till the bamboo actually backs up. Sugarcane, it's going to take a bit longer because the growth of sugarcane is so much slower than the growth of the bamboo there. But we're getting there. We're getting there. But I think that right there is just all the time I have for this episode here. So if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to drop a like. If you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing. And I will catch all of you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.